Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be trying a bunch of the new products that I got from Sephora. I am going to be doing an all-day wear test with these products. So if you're new here, I would love for you to join my channel by hitting the subscribe button. Also hit that notification bell so you'll know when I put out new content. So without further ado, let's just go ahead and get started. I am going to try the Sun Care Universal Mineral Face Lotion SPF 55 by Cay Skin. This is a new SPF that I purchased and I really do like the consistency of it. I tried it on the back of my hand. I have not tried it on my face. I have done my skincare. So yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and use this all over. It's melting really well into the skin. It doesn't feel greasy. It doesn't have a strong scent to it, which is nice. I usually use like a 1/4 teaspoon of SPF for my entire face and my neck. So that dried pretty quickly. We're gonna go ahead and go in with primer. I've got two primers here. I've got the Vanish primer by Hourglass and the Gucci primer. These are two of my favorite primers right now. And I'm gonna use the Hourglass like all over the perimeter of my face. And then I'm gonna use the Gucci on the T-zone. Now I'm going to go in with the Gucci. The Gucci is a nice mattifying primer. The Hourglass is just like a blurring primer. So I really like both of them, but as you can see, I use them on different areas of my face. So we are not gonna go in with foundation just yet. We're gonna go in with a palette. I am using the Tom Ford Smoky Quartz palette. And with that, I'm gonna use the Milk Makeup Hydro Grip Primer for the eyes. I'm just gonna put that on my eyelids. My eyelashes are needing to be refilled, so they look a little sparse today. By the way, it is 11:56 a.m. It's almost noon when I'm putting this makeup on. So this is the packaging of the palette, and here are the shades in that palette. They're very matte shades, so I'm not gonna do anything too drastic today because I am going out to run errands. So with that palette, I'm gonna go in with my Mented palette. The palette didn't have any like light shades in it, so I'm just gonna go in with like this peach tone from the Mented palette, and I'm just going to run that all over my lid. All right, so now we're gonna go into the Tom Ford palette. I'm gonna go in with this shade right here, and I'm just gonna run that through my crease. I'm just running it through my crease and then right here on the outer corner. I'm gonna go into this shade now. I'm using the same brush. This is a Sigma, what is this called? This is a Sigma E38. It's a diffuse crease brush. I haven't used this brush in a long time. I was washing my brushes last night and I saw this one. I said, you know what? I'm gonna use that one today. So I'm just going over that other shade. I'm gonna go in with this Luxie brush. It's an angled brush. I'm gonna go into this shade right here, and I'm just pressing that on the outer corner. All right, so that is it for the eyes. Okay, so by looking at these shadows, I don't know, guys. I don't know, I feel like there's not really anything to the shadows. The look looks okay, but honestly, my Mented palette works so much better than this Tom Ford. I don't know what it is, guys. I don't know if it's just this particular formula. There's nothing mind-blowing about it. You know what I mean? That palette was like $88. Even though I got the discount, it was still expensive. And I just feel like it doesn't really do anything spectacular. You know what I mean? So anyway, let's go ahead and move on. Okay, so I am gonna put a lip plumper on my lips. This is the Lawless Forget the Filler Lip Plumper. This one's in the shade Glazed. So I'm gonna use this all over my lips. I wanna see how well this plumps my lips up. Feels nice. It's got a really pretty sheen to it. So I want to see what it does for my lips. I want to see if it like plumps them up or smooths them out. So I am going to go in with the Valentino foundation today. I purchased this in MN3 and also MA4. The MA4 is more like a golden tone, and then the MN3 is more of like a neutral. So I'm gonna actually apply both of these on the skin. I'm going to do one side neutral and one side golden. I'm gonna see which shade fits me better. If I have to mix a little bit at the end, I'll do that. But in the meantime, I do wanna see how well this goes onto the skin and what shade works for my skin tone. So for the right side, I'm gonna go in with the MN3. This is the neutral tone, and I'm gonna use a brush for this side. So before we apply, this is what the packaging looks like. It's a glass bottle with a plastic top, and then of course it comes with a pump, and I'm just going to put one pump on the back of my hand. So that is the foundation, and the consistency is very liquidy. I'm going to put this on this side, the right side. What is it? My right, your left. and I'm just putting the whole pump. This is a semi-matte foundation that perfectly balances 3 foundation dreams: buildable coverage, breathable texture, and long-lasting up to 24-hour wear. It has an exclusive light-lasting technology which delivers buildable medium coverage that is hydrating and transfer resistant. It's available in 40 inclusive shades from lightest to deepest. This is a medium buildable coverage. Now I will say with one pump it's not completely full coverage, but it gives me a really high medium coverage. I think it looks so pretty going on the skin. Look how smooth that looks. This is without and this is with. And this color is nice. I think this is gonna be really close to my shade. So I'm just pressing it in with a brush. Like I said, I used that whole pump for this one side. It feels really lightweight on the skin. It doesn't feel drying. It is supposed to be semi-matte, and I think it is. It has like a slight glow to it. Yeah, I like it. I think it's really pretty. And by the way, this is a Sonia Kashuk flat top kabuki brush. And then I'm gonna go on the other side with a Wet n Wild sponge. I love the Wet n Wild sponges. So I'm gonna use that for the MA4. And again, this is the MA4, a little more golden. I'm just gonna put that all over. And then I'm gonna go in with my sponge. Just press it into the skin. And I'm using that entire pump as well on this side. So this is the neutral side and this is the golden side. I actually like both and I think I could get away with both. The golden side is a little bit lighter than the neutral, but I still feel like I can get away with both, or I can actually mix them together. All right, so I really like the application of the brush compared to the sponge. I feel like the sponge soaked up a lot of the product. So I'm gonna go back in with a second pump, or maybe half a pump, and I'm gonna use the golden on this side and the neutral on this side. So I'm gonna mix them together just so that I can be even for the day. So I'm just putting like half a pump on the neutral side, and then I'm going back in with the brush, another half pump on the golden side, and back in with the brush. And then I'm gonna take a little bit down my neck so everything can even out. I do love the finish of this foundation, guys. I think it's so pretty on the skin. I mean, it's really, really pretty. I'm super surprised. It's so gorgeous. So we're gonna try the Dior concealer. This is the Dior Backstage concealer. I have mine in the shade 3W. I'm hoping this will work out because I felt like when I swatched it, it was a little bit dark. So it comes in the tube. The applicator is like a brush, which is very different than most concealers. I'm just gonna go ahead and lay it on here, just like that. It's normally how I put it on. It feels really creamy going on. It felt very soft when I used that brush. It felt very gentle. So let me go ahead and use the back part of this sponge and just press that into the under eye. It says that it's full coverage online. It's supposed to be caffeine infused. It's a radiant concealer and it's supposed to be full coverage. Now, I don't think it's completely full coverage, so I'm just gonna lay a little bit more on because I want a little bit more coverage, like right here on the inner corners, because I do have dark circles there. This is supposed to also be long wearing and hydrating. Okay, that gave a little bit more coverage. It's really pretty under the eyes. I really feel like it is like hydrating. I don't know if it's a sponge or what, but I feel like it's not giving me real full coverage. It's like more of a medium coverage, but it still looks really pretty on the skin. I'm gonna go in with my Tarte Shape Tape and I'm just gonna put a tiny bit because I really don't need much on my melasma because that foundation gave really nice coverage, and I don't put it everywhere. Really, I honestly just put it in places like where you're looking like head on. I don't really worry about like the sides of my cheeks. So for my under eyes, I do want to go in with this Givenchy powder. This is the Prism Libre powder, and this one is in Rose Voila. I've never tried this powder. I heard so many good things about it, and I really wanted to like give it a shot because I heard that it was very, very finely milled and that it would make like my under eyes look really, really smooth. If y'all been watching my channel, you guys know I love my Sephora Micro Smooth powder. I think it's so good, but I wanted to try this one. I am gonna also try this like on the center of my face as well because it's supposed to blur the skin out and blur out pores. I'm just using, this is a Sonia G brush. It's one of those little wooden brushes. I'm gonna mix the powder in the top. It looks really finely milled. So I'm just going to press that on the center of my face for now. Wow, it does blur stuff out. Look at that, guys. It's like blurring out that area. Okay, I'm gonna put some on my under eyes. Make sure I don't have any creases. Wow. Oh my gosh. Look how smooth that looks. Wow. I'm super impressed. Oh my gosh. Look how airbrushed my under eyes look. They're so smooth. I'm gonna go ahead and set my entire face with this. Now this is the rose shade. It does have like a little pinky undertone, but you can't really tell on my skin at all. It has that pinky undertone. There's another shade that I looked at. I missed a spot right here for foundation. There's another shade that I looked at and it has more of like a peach tone to it. I might look into getting that one as well because this is amazing. It is so stinking beautiful on the skin. Okay, my eyelashes are really bothering me. I want to show you a couple items before we get into anything else. I have been loving the Tatcha. This is the SPF Mineral Sunscreen and this is an SPF 50. I love this for under my makeup. It does such a good job. It really sinks into the skin. It makes my skin feel very soft. So I've really been loving this. I didn't mention this because it wasn't something that I got in my haul. I actually got it before then. So I did want to mention it today. And then I tried this. This is the Beija Flor Elasticream. Guys, this smells just like Baccarat Rouge. I did mention that in my Sephora haul and I'm telling you this smells just like that and this lasts on me all day. So if you want to avoid paying $200, $300 for that perfume and you like that scent, get you this. I'm telling you it's way cheaper and it smells just like it and it lasts all day long. I smell this scent on me all stinking day. It smells so good. So I did want to mention those two items. So I am going to try a new bronzer today and it's by Ilia. This one is the Uptown Bronzer. I do have Novelty, that is my favorite one, but I wanted to get something a little bit darker because summer is just around the corner and so I wanted to get something that was a little bit darker when I get a little more tan. This is the shade right here. I'm gonna use this Rare Beauty brush. I know I missed some foundation here, but I'm just gonna cover it up with bronzer. Oh no. All right guys, putting this on and it looks like a little gray. Do you see that? I am not liking that. I'm gonna get my foundation brush and I'm just gonna press on that area. I don't know if it's just a cooler or neutral bronzer, but I'm not liking that grayness. So I'm gonna add a little bit more foundation because I wanna cover that gray up and then I'm just gonna have to go back in with powder. All right, so I did not like that bronzer. It's definitely going back. We're gonna try another new bronzer and this is by Guerlain. This is the Terracotta Light. This one is supposed to be a little bit shimmery, which I don't mind. I don't mind a shimmery bronzer, but this is the packaging, really pretty Guerlain packaging, and that's the bronzer right there. I'm gonna clean off this brush. I'm just gonna run it onto this palette. It smells good. And then I'm just gonna run it onto my cheeks. Yeah, see, this is a lot better. You see how warm and beautiful that looks? It's not gray at all. Oh yeah, that's pretty. I am loving this bronzer. It's very warm. It has just the right tone to it. So I'm really loving the way it came off. And to be honest with you, it's not super like shimmery. It does have like a slight glow to it, as you can see, but it's a beautiful soft sheen. So there's not like any glitter. It's not too shiny where it's like a highlighter. It's just really pretty on the skin. So now we're gonna go into blush. We're gonna try the Bare Minerals Gen Nude Blonzers. I've got two. I've got Kiss of Rose and Kiss of Copper. I might do Kiss of Rose. I think Kiss of Rose is gonna go good with this eye look. So this is Kiss of Rose. When I showed these in my haul, they do have a slight sheen to them. Okay, so I'm just gonna dip my brush in there. Look, it's nice and pigmented too. Ooh, that's very pigmented. Go in with a light hand, guys. Oh, wow. Oh my gosh, that's so pretty. Oh, I love that. I'm definitely gonna try to get this out before the sale because there's some products here that I think you guys need to try. Oh my gosh, this is so gorgeous on the skin. So pretty. Okay, so let's look at the lips. And they are nice and plumped. They're not super plumpy, but they're nice and plumped, very smooth. So I do like the Forget the Filler. That's so pretty. It made my lips look a little bit more juicy. It smoothed them out, so that's really nice. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take it off because I've gotta put on a lipstick that I wanna show you guys. Before we come back and put on lipstick, I'm just gonna go ahead and do my eyebrows really quickly and then I'll come back on camera. All right guys, so I went ahead and used my Charlotte Tilbury eyebrow cheat and that is in dark brown. Now I'm gonna go ahead and use this Dior Backstage Backstage Glow Face palette. I purchased one of these for each of my daughters, and then I decided that I needed to have it as well. So I went ahead and purchased it. This is what it looks like. I'm actually gonna go in with a little bit of the bronzer and then a little bit of that pink highlight. I just cleaned off the brush that I used for the blush, and I'm just going to press that onto my cheeks. Oh, that's pretty. Wow, that is gorgeous. So I'm gonna go in with this brush and I'm gonna go into that pink highlighter and just put that up there at the top. Oh wow, that is super, super pretty. I'm gonna get a lip liner from my case. I don't know if you guys have seen this before, but I have a case that I purchased on Amazon, and I don't know if they have this one, but I'll find one that's comparable and then I'll link it down below. But I put all of my eyeliners and my lip liners in here, so they all stay very neat and put together. This is by Makeup Forever. I'm gonna line my lips. I did purchase an extra one of these at Sephora during the sale to have a backup. These lip liners are really good. The Anastasia ones are really good too, guys. If you haven't tried those, they're really creamy. Now I'm gonna go in with this Dior lipstick. This is the Dior Addict Rouge Brilliant Lipstick. This is a shine lipstick. So this is the packaging, really pretty packaging. So this is the shade that I got. This is Nude Look, and it's supposed to be an intense shine. So let's try it. It's pretty, but it's not as shiny as I thought it was gonna be. I mean, it's still pretty, but I figured it would have a little bit more of a glossy look to it, and it really doesn't. I don't know what the deal is. It just doesn't. I'm not really feeling that one, so I'm gonna wipe this off and try something else. I'm gonna go back in with the Forever Walnut, and I have two lipsticks here from Yves Saint Laurent. I have 44 Nude and 150 Nude. So let's see which one will go with this look. So I think I'm gonna go in with this one. This one's number 44. Let's try it. Okay, now this feels good on the lips. Compared to the Dior, has a fruity smell too. I really like that. It's like a pinky nude shade. Now I'm just curious and I wanna try the other one. So I'm gonna take this off. Now I'm gonna use the 150. Okay, that feels really good, but the color's not as intense. I actually like this one better than this one. Let me put a little bit more of the 44. The 150 is more like your lips but better. There's not really much pigmentation to it. All right, so we're done with this look. I'm gonna wear this as long as I can today. This is supposed to have like a 24-hour wear. Of course, I'm probably only gonna wear it maybe 9 to 10 hours, if that. Like I said, I'll try to wear it as long as I can. All right, guys, it is 8:26 in the evening. I've had the foundation on for over 8 hours. So I wanted to go over some things with you guys. As you can see, I am a little bit oily here, and I don't think it's the foundation. I think it's because I had a mask on and I went to the grocery store and I was getting really hot. So I think that is just because I was sweating underneath the mask. But even though I had the mask on, can you see how intact the foundation looks? It looks so good. I don't notice any creasing on the sides of my nose. I don't notice any creasing, but I do have like oil where I was sweating, you know, the oil was kind of seeping out. But like I said, I don't think it's a foundation. I think it's because I was in there shopping. I was trying to get in, get out, and I got really hot. But still, the foundation, it looks really good on the skin. My blush is still on, my bronzer's still on. But overall, I think it held up really well. I didn't have any like fading of the foundation. It isn't transfer proof, but it is transfer resistant. And I do feel like it didn't get all over my mask. There was a little bit here and there, but nothing major. But I think it looks really good. But the shades of the foundation are perfect for me. I think I can work with both shades. So now that we've covered that, let's go ahead and talk about the concealer. The concealer has broken up right here. It actually like faded right here in my creases, and it just broke up. It does look like it faded a little bit here. It doesn't look as brightening. It looks kind of drying right there in that area. I don't know if you guys can tell, but it is. It's a little bit drying under there. So I'm not really liking the concealer on me, especially after an 8-hour wear. I think that it just looks drying, it creased, and I'm just not feeling it. As far as the Tom Ford eyeshadow, today I ended up taking it back because I don't really think it was that mind-blowing. I really did not like the formula of it. I think it's just pretty basic. I did add some shimmer here on the inner corner. This is actually the Sephora liquid shadows, and I think those are super pretty. But yeah, I added it here. I just dabbed it on there and then went in with a brush, and I really think it made the eye look, to be honest. As far as the blush, it held up well. The bronzer held up really well. The Dior highlighter is still on. I mean, honestly, everything held up really well. The Dior lipstick that I tried, that one I also took back because I just really did not like the consistency of it. It felt kind of drying on my lips, so I ended up taking that back. But the YSL one that I had on earlier, I ended up keeping. I don't have any lipstick on right now. I just have a balm on. But I'm gonna go ahead and just take a kind of a tissue and just blot some of this sweaty area and just show you guys. And not a lot came off, as you can see. It's not that bad. Yeah, by blotting it, see, it looks good. I think it was just, I'm telling you guys, I was sweating. But yeah, I think the foundation is phenomenal. It's so good. Had I not worn a mask and gotten hot, I think it would have lasted another maybe 2 to 3 hours. So yeah, I'm really, really loving it. It's so, so pretty. I wanted to mention that I loved that Rose Voila powder so much for setting my face that I went to Sephora today and I bought another one. I think this one's called Mousseline Acidulé. This is more for like medium skin tones. There are several shades in this powder. They go from very fair skin tones to deep skin tones. So I went ahead and picked up another one. And like I said, this is the peach one. This one had more of like the peach shades. It also had some lavender and green in it. And I'm gonna show you. So here are those peach tones, and then the green, and then the lavender. And it's supposed to actually help with, you know, like the dark spots, hyperpigmentation that I have on my skin. So yeah, I'm gonna be trying this very soon. I'll let you guys know if it was just as good as the rose one. I hope you guys liked this video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. I will be making more videos this week using a lot more of the new products that I bought at the Sephora sale. But thank you guys for being here. I really appreciate each and every one of you. Take care, and we will see you soon. Bye.